2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey folks, glad to have you with us tonight. We got the Philadelphia 76ers facing off against the Boston Celtics. Taking a look at the Celtics, this is a team they played pretty well against last season, going 3-1. They'll look to keep that edge tonight. And here we are, game one of the new season. Kenny, every team coming in with a clean slate.
Yeah, because whatever you had troubles in last year, that doesn't matter. This is a new year. Be optimistic until proven otherwise.
I'm just looking forward to spending another year with you guys. It's family. And Ernie, you're looking 10 years younger.
Thank you so much. I'm feeling 10 years younger as well.
Dang.
It's all exercise, isn't it?
And you're looking like, what are you? You're down to what, 275?
No, 575.
575.
Lost 15 pounds.
Yeah. Wow. Unbelievable.
Kenny?
I grew some hair.
Did you? Yeah, you did.
That's a wig.
All right. You all still there? Good. We'll
Miss
see you
you
later.
guys too.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. What a fantastic look at the skyscrapers that make up the skyline here in the Cradle of Liberty. We're coming to you from Philadelphia. Welcome everybody to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. Alongside Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan, the fourth member of our crew. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Philadelphia. On Saturday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons. And then on Monday, they'll continue the road trip heading out to Atlanta to take on the Hawks.
And the matchup with the Timberwolves, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, Kemba Walker is a multiple-time All-Star. But from his first seasons in the league, stardom was not assured. Even he said, "I never saw myself playing at this level. There were times I didn't know if I even belonged in the NBA. I guess you could say I'm surprised." Now, Kevin, every player has those doubts at the beginning, but few overcome them the way Kemba has.
David, he's come a long way. Thank you. Opening day, Chris. In your experience, which types of teams tend to start the season well, started strong?
Two types. One, the team that has been forgotten about and left out. The team that had a disappointing season the year before, and no one knows the pain that they went through all summer long, waiting to get back to that moment. So they've been incentivized for half of a year to come back and say, wait a minute, it's our turn now. And those teams are sneaky under the radar.
Little chip on their shoulder, in other words.
And then secondly, I would say veteran teams. Teams that know what they want, teams that are focused and saying, wait a minute, we know this is a marathon. Let's take our time, warm up, and stick to the principles right away, and we'll end up in the right place later.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Brown and Hayward, they're the wings. Tatum and Cantor together down low. And it's Walker in at the point. And for the 76ers, the tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid.
Well, this is Brown's game. I mean, he loves to drive the ball. He likes to challenge defenders to stop him.
And for Jaylen Brown, part of the challenge last season, especially with the return of Gordon Hayward, was meeting the high expectations, Greg, in a reduced role.
Competition for minutes, and then early on, he struggled. We all see the potential, but it's really about seizing the moment every time you're on the court.
Free throw good from Brown. And coming into this season, questions about whether the Sixers could retain their star players. Well, Greg, they shuffled the decks, but they still have great talent.
Swapping in Al Horford for Jimmy Butler, Josh Richardson for J.J. Redick. The Sixers still in the mix to come out of the East.
He's off on the second.
Out of Wheeler High School in Georgia, Jaylen Brown was ranked second in the class of 2015 after Ben Simmons. All the powerhouses came calling. He went the unexpected route, choosing UC Berkeley.
Here's Tatum after Ben Simmons' bucket. Outside, Walker. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
You love how Walker just attacks the opening, feasting on any lane that D gives him.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. And Cal Berkeley, not the biggest basketball program in the country. So, Chris, what led Brown to go there?
Well, former NBA All-Star Sharif Abdur-Rahim, another Wheeler High alum, took the same path. Look, Kevin, both of them welcomed the intellectual challenge. Now, Sharif, not only could he hoop, but now he's the president of the G League. And Jaylen Brown, he's the vice president of the Players League.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, very aggressive. I mean, he takes on the challenge with no hesitation.
Here's Simmons. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Now the pass to Horford. On the wing, Harris. Defended by Hayward. Shoots from the elbow. Rebound, Boston. And they're starting off the season playing Philadelphia here.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Here's Simmons, and he elevates, and then the slam. Cantor did not like that.
And Harris is so good at remaining active on both ends of the court, never making anything easy for the opposition, which in turn results in a lot of steals.
Now, here's Walker. 7 points in the game. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start?
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Walker against Simmons. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
A triple-double machine. I mean, Ben Simmons surpassed by only the great Oscar Robinson with the pace he's piling them up.
And you look at the all-around impact of Ben Simmons, already a star and an all-star. You know what, Chris? If he adds a jump shot, how good do you think he can be?
Whoa. Some say you better polish up that MVP trophy. I mean, perimeter shooting, the only thing he really lacks.
And he makes the first.
You know, well, it's clear Simmons is a unique player. I mean, 6'10", a guard, can pass the ball, move the ball, great vision. It's a no-brainer that he's been compared to Magic Johnson and LeBron.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
And a big summer for the Celtics. Some key decisions with multiple players hitting free agency.
Yeah, with some comments from players like Terry Rozier in the offseason, you had a sense this roster could have a different look. I mean, now they're hoping the pieces fit and players can buy in with their roles.
Now here's Richardson after Jaylen Brown's miss. Shot clock at 5, and it's Simmons penetrating. Here's Embiid, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against Boston. It's his first trip to the line. And Chris, as skilled as he is offensively, some overlook Joel Embiid's defensive impact.
Yeah, Kevin, he's the centerpiece of their defense. He's an outstanding rim protector, and he moves great for a player his size.
And the Celtics making a change here. Smart's checked in. Now here's Smart.
Who's watching here?
Here's Tatum. The shot misses. Good work defensively by Horford. And stolen by Tatum. Again, the miss by the Celtics. The 76ers trail by 3. And here's Harris from the arc. Hits the three-point bomb.
This is what a point guard should do. Simmons is so adept at noticing when the defense is overcommitted.
Smart kicks to Hayward. Good, and Smart gets the assist. And so Simmons will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Here's Embiid. Oh, goodness.
Wow. Unreal athleticism. I mean, for a bigger guy, Embiid really knows how to drop the hammer.
Tatum passes to Cantor. Now Tatum. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Moves on moves. That's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
The guys, you talk about players coming in and with a huge impact. Jason Tatum showed he was more than ready to be an NBA star.
Rare do you see a player as polished and as impactful as Tatum. Stepped right in to be one of the top players on a top team with Boston. Fits their system perfectly, and really the sky is the limit for that young man.
Well, who could forget Jason Tatum's rookie year? I mean, in the 2018 playoffs, all he did was lead the Celtics in scoring at just 20 years old, taking Boston to Game 7 of the conference finals. His free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
Richardson with it, now defended by Hayward. Outside for Simmons. Clock at 6. Here's Embiid. The rebound by the Celtics. Outside, Smart. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And I love Smart pressing his advantage on the interior.
The 76ers trail by 4. Richardson finds Horford. Back to Richardson. On the wing, Harris. Over Hayward. Harris, no good.
Golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
Here's Simmons. Kicks it out to Richardson. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
I mean, he does things that other bigs simply can't. Horford, a phenomenal passer for his position.
Outside Tatum. Fires, high post, and Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
Tatum passes to Hayward. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Celtics. Daniel Tice comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Jaylen Brown. And here is Simmons. He's got 5. They get a hand on it. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
And now a look at Jason Tatum. He had a strong showing last season. Last season, he averaged 15 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. Year 1, he had to kind of find his way, but he seems poised to make some big strides here in his sophomore season.
Well, the team wants him to carve out a larger role for himself, but talent-wise, he's definitely got it in.
Now, here's Cantor. And Embiid with the block.
Well, you got to be careful around Embiid. When he's around, he's capable of coming up with these blocks.
Celtics making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Here's Wanamaker. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Here's Thibault. Back to Simmons. A baseline J. They get it again. Embiid falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
In the corner, Tatum with it. Nice ball movement by Boston. And he gets the bucket.
What I like about Tatum, he moves his feet well, understands angles. He plays more physical than advertised.
The 76ers trail by 5. Thibault, the pass to Horford. Here's Thibault, guarded by Smart. Right at the free throw line. Thibault can't get it to go. And so Wanamaker will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Smart kicks to Tice. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. With a break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounder. Second, Joel Embiid.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers were really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Here's Smart. Passes to Tice to the right side. Here's Wanamaker. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Embiid, the pass to Thibault. In the corner, Simmons with it. Just 5 to shoot. Williams against Embiid. Off target on the 15-footer. Celtics leading by 7.
Yeah, and Brad Stevens, credited for the culture he's helped establish in Boston. But last season, though, that took a hit. Now we'll see how he responds to that adversity. It's going to be interesting to see.
Rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
Here's Simmons following the bucket by the Celtics. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Chris, Coach Stevens was candid after last season. He said he could have done a better job finding that fit and holding a standard for the team.
Well, you like seeing that. If a coach has to hold his players accountable, then he must first hold himself accountable. And the front office was quick to dismiss that notion, but not so many fans. There's no panic in Stevens, though. I like that. He's a steady hand through it all.
2 shots.
That's good from Simmons. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for the 76ers. James Ennis comes in for Al Horford. That one misses.
And this summer, a 5-year, $170 million max contract extension for Ben Simmons. The Sixers didn't want to give him any cause to look elsewhere. A great talent, but the hope with that kind of money is that he'll develop that jump shot.
Now here's Tatum. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Ennis with the ball. The three-pointer off the mark. Outside, Smart. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Ben Simmons.
And I think working himself to the line, an area where Smart really can excel. I mean, he's built for contact, that's for sure.
And the first one drops.
Very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA, but that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with a pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor.
And so, Smart nails both of them. You know, Greg, defense are given for Marcus Smart. The growth necessary for him has been at the offensive end.
And now, finally making progress as a three-point shooter. Had already made strides with his passing. He's becoming quite the two-way player.
Now, here's O'Quinn. Here's Ennis. It's rebounded by Tice. The Celtics on offense. They're on a 17-7 run. Poirier passes to Tatum. Over Burke. Boston again missing.
He's lucky his teammates have picked up the slack for him. I mean, his shooting has been horrific.
.132 left in the first quarter. Pass to Scott. 14 feet away. O'Quinn. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Outside Tatum from outside the arc. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
Still plenty of time for him to contribute in this game, but it's a tough stretch he's going through.
58 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Knocked loose. Out of bounds. Boston takes possession. .52 seconds left to play here in the first. Wanamaker the pass to Tice. Back to Wanamaker. Shoots over Burke. Smart finds Tice. Nice ball movement by Boston. 6 to shoot. And Wanamaker gets it to go.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
The 76ers trail by 10. Burke the pass to O'Quinn. And Boston with the rebound. Smart wide open. He fires. Cans it from downtown. Smart's got 7.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
Here's Thibault. For the 3. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Boston looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. Right back after this break. Al Horford provided some insight on why he decided to sign with Philadelphia.
What put me over the edge to make this switch is just the depth that I saw with this team. It's an up-and-coming young team that we have a chance to be good for many, many years, and it was something I wanted to be a part of.
Playing for a historic franchise, Greg, they've got, of course, the great fan support, great history, something Horford relishes.
A great choice. A team with depth and youth. They have a chance to be good for a long time.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a very convincing performance from the Celtics so far.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
We've got Kyle O'Quinn. Mike Scott out there with Ennis. Then there's Trey Burke. And it's Thibault in at the 2 guard. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Walker finds Tatum. And we played through the first minute here in the second. Here's Wanamaker, and Philadelphia grabs the miss. O'Quinn's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Well, last season, the chemistry for the Celtics, well, to put it nicely, it was lacking. I mean, friction over playing time, players pointed fingers. Marcus Smart said it. I mean, they weren't together.
Here's Thibault. The shot. That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Ennis.
Even a blind squirrel finds an acorn once in a while, right? I did not think that was going on.
It's blocked. Here's Burke. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. And so Wanamaker will bring it up for the Celtics. In the second quarter, held scoreless. And Chris, just an uneasy silence in the Celtics locker room last season. The bench really not celebrating plays. How do they regain that joy?
Yeah, Kevin, it's so tough when you don't have good chemistry. I think you start with putting the team first. And leadership, it starts with being a good follower. It starts with sacrifice.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Hayward comes in for Tatum. And Jaylen Brown subbed in for Brad Wanamaker. And it's Brown missing. The 76ers trail by 7. Burke with it. He's picked up by Walker. And that one's good. Burke.
Oh, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
Boston's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Walker the pass to Poirier. Back to Walker. The kick out to Brown. To end the drought. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Well, maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Grady's done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
Free throw good from Brown. Chris, when you look around the league, who do you feel is the most universally liked player in the league?
That's a good one because there's so many players with great stories. How about Derrick Rose? Fighting all those injuries, coming back, having a 50-point game, becoming a leader again there in Minnesota. The youngest MVP ever, watching his ups and downs. Luka Doncic, how about that guy? I mean, that's just from excitement of play. The fact that he's just infused this Dallas team with energy and fun. It's so much fun watching him, and then you got to go with the elder statesman. In other words, we call him the old head where I'm from, and that's Vince Carter. If you don't love Vince Carter, something's wrong with you because he's the line in the sand from Dr. J, Dominique, Jordan, and those dunkers to anything that's happening today. Vince Carter, he's the man.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. And now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. And that will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. The first free throw is good.
And with Embiid and Ben Simmons both at their best in the paint, maybe not the ideal fit if you're the Sixers and you had to trade one of them. Which is it?
Oh, man, that's so tough. They're both great players, GA, but Embiid, his health remains a question mark. And Simmons, you know, imagine if you have a team of shooters built around him like Giannis in Milwaukee. That's a tough question.
It's good. 8 points for Joel Embiid.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Now here's Walker. Not a lot of room. Poirier passes to Walker. Boston, no good that time either.
Nice work to get good position inside. You just can't quite get as good a look as he wants.
Richardson right side. A fader. He can't hit that time. And it's Boston the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Walker dishes to Cantor. Over O'Quinn. Boston again missing.
It isn't the D that causes that miss. That's just a loss of concentration.
Wasted no time on that one. Richardson's got 5 now.
Yeah, he doesn't play around. If the buck is there for him, he's going to get it.
So the Celtics called timeout, their first. And after he missed the first 2 seasons of his career, Greg, with a broken bone in his foot, would injuries be your main concern for Joel Embiid?
Look, no doubt about it. As long as he's healthy, he's an all-league performer. Still, 7-footers carry a lot of weight in our league. He wants to prove he can play big minutes. They just got to make sure they protect it.
And the 76ers making a change here. Horford's checked in. Boston also with the sub. Williams is checked in. Well, he might not have been the top name in free agency this summer, but Kemba Walker's name was certainly on the radar of many teams.
You're right, Kevin, and in a lot of years, Kemba would have been one of the names to get in free agency. But with the amount of top all-stars that were available this summer, I feel like Kemba maybe didn't get all the attention that his game deserved.
The first one falls. Well, one of the bigger names in free agency this past summer was Kemba Walker. A lot of teams, Greg, looking at him.
And rightfully so, Kevin. With Kemba, a point guard who is in his prime, he's an impact player who can hit big shots and is one of the more underrated stars in our league.
Simmons checked in for Philadelphia.
And the speed of Walker, I mean, it's sensational. He can switch gears, and an active player on both ends.
Offensive rebound. Embiid, no good.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
Hayward kicks to Williams. Hayward against Harris. Hayward finds Williams. Left side, Brown. Cantor. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Simmons passes to Embiid. Simmons feeling it out a bit. Richardson dishes to Horford. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. A 3 from Simmons. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 6 rebounds in the game. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown.
I mean, come on, fellas. Keep your head in the game. I mean, that pass should have been basic.
The 76ers trail by 3. Outside, Simmons. On the wing, Harris. Guarded by Walker. Back to Horford. Philadelphia moving the ball around. The 76ers again can't hit it. Celtics leading by 3. Here's Hayward. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
That's a strong move. I mean, Hayward loves to create off the drive. Something that dates back to his college days.
And so here is Philadelphia. Simmons passes to Richardson. Harris outside. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
When he hit that 1 3-pointer in the first quarter, still none so far here in the second.
Here's Cantor. And the rejection by Embiid. To the middle to end the cold streak. That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut down to just 3 on the basket from Simmons.
Did you see the no-look pass by Harris right there? I mean, he's a wing that knows how to move the ball.
Now here's Walker. He's got 11. And Cantor wide open. He shoots. Good. And it's Williams who picks up the assist. Cantor's got his first 3 points of the game. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Scooped up. Another shot. Williams with the block.
A main staple in Williams' game, that 6th sense for when to rise up and deter those shots. Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
The 76ers trail by 8. Harris outside. Here's Horford. And Cancer pulls it down. Boston's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. For 3, Williams. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Marcus Smart's checked in for Jaylen Brown. Philadelphia's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. And Simmons kicks to Horford. Simmons passes to Embiid. For 3, Harris. And the 3 ball is good. Harris has got 5 points in the quarter.
Now, we've seen an improvement in this aspect of Harris's game. I mean, his ability to stretch the floor with the shooting, nice.
Here's Walker, and it's blocked by Simmons. Pass to Richardson. In the corner, Horford with it. Lets the 3 fly. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
They're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
Here's Smart, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And after signing a 4-year, $52 million contract extension, Marcus Smart rewarded the Celtics, Chris, with the best season of his young career.
Yeah, his best shooting percentages by far. I mean, add in his continued progress as a playmaker. Don't forget he's the man on the defensive end. I think that's money well spent for Boston.
And he knocks down the first one. Now there's the talk about lowering the minimum draft age from 19 back to 18. And Chris, how much of a difference does that 1 year make in a player's maturity?
It makes so much difference. I mean, you're young, you're coming into a league, you're playing against grown men. Just physically, your body hasn't been able to catch up. How do you handle the travel, being away from your family? Many times this guy's first time being away from their families that long. So it is a maturity process, but at the same time, there's only such a few. And if you're one of the few that have the skill set and you're ready to come to this level, we should welcome you with open arms.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now, here's Walker. 11 points in the game. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And even 3-on-3 break. Oh, the lob for Simmons. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
All right, a chance to look at the numbers now for Walker. He's coming off an excellent season. 10th in scoring. And he also finished in the top 20 of the assist rankings, making plays for others and making his teammates better.
And back to his points per game average last year, he literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it. Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Hayward. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker. The 76ers trail by 3. Thibault, the pass to Embiid. Here's Thibault. Poke loose. Outside Tatum. Over Scott. A nice shot by Tatum. And it's a 5-point Celtic lead.
We see time and time again Tatum making a difficult shot against tight defense.
And the call will be against Brad Wanamaker. That is his first foul of the game. Daniel Tice is checked in for Boston. Here's Embiid. He's got 11. The drive by Scott. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Good at recognizing when the defense is overcommitted. I mean, Embiid is terrific at sharing the ball.
Here's Wanamaker, guarded by Simmons. Embiid comes with a double team. Here's Tice. And the 3 off target.
got to give him credit for his confidence. I mean, he hasn't hit a single shot this quarter, but he still keeps firing.
Thibault, and it's off the back rim, no good. And so Wanamaker will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. The pass to Tatum. Back to Wanamaker. Pass to Tatum. Smart up top. Shot clock at 3. Over Simmons. Simmons with the defensive effort. The 76ers trail by 3. To the inside. Horford. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Greg, Al Horford over the summer opting out of a contract with Boston, the final year with the Celtics. A bit of a surprise to fans.
You know, Horford said he wanted to test free agency. Talks between him and Boston abruptly ended, was wooed by several teams, but ultimately signed on with the Sixers.
Free throw good, Horford.
As great as he is offensively, Kevin, Al Horford is even better on defense. Not a volume shot blocker or rebounder, but he's strong, agile, and always in the right place.
Good on both. And Chris at the defensive end. So much of it is communication and positioning.
Yeah, offense is trying to force rotations and force mistakes. Horford doesn't take plays off, and his recognition is a step ahead.
Tatum against Simmons. Pass to Embiid. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Smart passes to Poirier. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. Here's Philadelphia. They're on a 15-6 run. Thibault. That shot no good. Good work defensively by Smart. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Wanamaker the pass to Tatum, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, the footwork, the positioning. Tatum's a difficult cover inside.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And he deserves a lot of credit for what he was able to do at the line last year. 86% from the stripe.
First one falls for him. And some changes here for the 76ers. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Joel Embiid. James Ennis comes in for Al Horford. And it's Burke in for Simmons. And the Celtics also making a change. Kemba Walker's checked in for Brad Wanamaker. So he gets them both. 20 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Thibault. With 1 on the clock, and that shot was up in time but doesn't go in.
What a fantastic defender. Smart uses his big, strong body and impressive reach to pester shooters.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. It's the Celtics up 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Brad Stevens. Coach, what did you think of your team's energy in the first half?
I think the energy's fine. I thought we did look a little gassed at the end of that first stint for some of our starters, but I thought for the most part it was good.
Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Out in front at the half is Boston. They lead by 1. Kenny?
The differential is the free throw attempts. And that's one of the big stories in this game tonight. They were being so aggressive and so smart that all they could do on the defensive end was foul.
Shaq, what'd you think about Philadelphia?
Their shooting rhythm was off, under 40%. Some of that was shot selection. Some of it was the defense stepping up. My guess is we'll see some significant changes as things get going in the second half. Increasing off-the-ball activity, making the extra pass, and trying to get better looks.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Joel Embiid has been sensational.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, it could be one of those epic games, but we still have a long way to go.
The Celtics with the lead. Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward, with Tatum at the 4. And it's Cantor in at the 5 spot.
Now, you can't tell me Walker is not one of the most fearless penetrators in the league. The D sometimes has no chance but to foul him hard.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses.
And some teams have fancy dinners, guest speakers, and field trips. I mean, the Celtics culture is more straightforward. It's all about the work.
And the second free throw, good. And that work ethic, the core of the Celtics' values, are written on a big placard on their locker room wall.
Yeah, it emphasizes unselfishness, execution, toughness, and hustle. Those are the values of their team.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
Now here's Brown, rejected by Harris.
Oh, he's known for his offense more than defense. Harris plays with the high motor, and he likes to make plays.
Here's Simmons, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
The 76ers have converted 7 of 11 free throw attempts up to this point in the game. Chris, more and more we're seeing star players give their sneakers to fans at the end of games. Did you ever do that?
Oh, yeah, man. Especially when I was with Dada, I would give a pair of shoes away after every game.
Oh, great.
I really love doing it on the road. At home is really cool, but on the road is great because that's where you know that fan braved all those other fans and the elements to wear your jersey and to be the only one there, so you look for that kid. I used to look for the kid with the number 4 Weber jersey and be like, hey, kid, I know what you went through to wear that tonight. You make sure you go home with these bragging rights. Tell them these are fresh from the game when we beat your team, baby.
Yeah, that's a neat way to connect.
Yeah.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Richardson finds Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
The physicality of Simmons on display, showing some fight and fearlessness with plays like this.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
They needed that one. Maybe they'll get it going after 4 straight misses to start the half.
Philadelphia leading by 3. Pass to Horford. Just 4 to shoot. And that one, good. Horford's got 10.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they might be pressing a little. I mean, forcing some things. This is a good opportunity to calm everyone down.
And let's take a quick look now at some stats here for Horford. A very nice season for him last year. Averaged about 13 points per, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. Fantastic totals for him across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps rolling.
I think if you talk to anyone on this team, they believe in his abilities 100%.
Now, here's Walker. He's got 14. And Embiid with the block.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
Harris outside. Back to Embiid. Kicks it out to Richardson.
He'll breathe a big sigh of relief if they hang on to win this game. He's not done much to contribute tonight.
Here's Brown. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Richardson.
It's something we saw a lot from Brown as an amateur, the ability to draw fouls and get to the line. Yeah, and I love the fans in Philly. They're notoriously prickly, though. They expect hard-nosed effort. If not, they'll let you hear about it.
Shoot 2.
Free throw good from Brown. Chris, you're talking about the Philly fans. They were even booing their team in that conference semifinal round against Toronto.
Yeah, they got nervous with the season on the line. You can't take it personal. In Philly, they love you just as much as they boo you.
And so he hits both.
Yeah, and the Celtics had their issues last season, Kevin, but in the end, they lost to a super team. I mean, the East has just gotten better, led by Toronto and the Bucks. That's a big challenge for Boston.
Kept alive, Embiid. Count it, and the foul. That's on Enes Kanter.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, Chris, with LeBron going to the Lakers, many picked the Celtics to rule the East. Now that road is less certain.
Oh, yeah, because the East has gotten good. Let's think about it. Philly, Toronto, the reigning champions. Also, and don't forget about Boston. I mean, but they have the talent to play with anyone. Now it's a matter of maximizing that talent and becoming the best version of themselves.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Brown is just an exceptional player. Really love whenever he shows off his athletic ability.
So far tonight, he's gone 4 of 6 at the line. And the first one at the line is good. Celtics making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And Brown drops them both. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Richardson against Brown. Richardson the pass to Simmons. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
They couldn't have asked for much more from him today. He's been a key force in their offense.
Walker against Simmons. Williams' shot is off.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
And it's blocked.
Oh, just tenacious defense from Brown right there. I mean, superb at playing shutdown defense and stifling shooting. Oh, it's just been one of those nights from him. He got into the floor of the game and has not lost his touch.
Now Simmons, 14 points for him. The pass to Richardson. Embiid dishes to Richardson. Puts it up from 12, and the jumper is good. Richardson's got the lead up to 6 now for the 76ers.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Now a timeout called by Boston. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
That is prime-time point guard play. A sensational find by Walker to set up the easy bucket.
The 76ers leading by 4. And here is Simmons. Passes it to Horford. Williams with the block. Tatum against Simmons. Tatum's shot is off.
He's been cold, and it's been hurting him. And D, I mean, he's ready for him. He hasn't been able to solve it.
Here's Richardson. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Horford's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Richardson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
First trip to the line for him here. He's off on the first. Daniel Tice is checked in for Gordon Hayward. Good on the second free throw. Celtics trail by 5. Walker with it. He's got 16. Outside Williams. Inside. Embiid with the steal. Here's Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Like whenever Simmons finishes with power off the drive, he'll make a poster.
Boston's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. The kick out to Williams. Pass to Tice. Brown finds Walker. Shot clock at 6. Here's Tice. Good work defensively by Horford.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him, and he knows it. The best thing they can do is try to get him more easy looks.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
And Walker kicks to Williams. Shoots in deep. That one drops for him. Williams has got his first 2 points of the night.
You know, when Williams gets positioned inside, he just looks to dominate physically, and then he shows you the skill set on top of it.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Yeah, I like the chess match that's going on here. Each team trying to find and exploit the favorable matchup on the floor.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now. Now we'd like to take this moment to show you the teams that a year ago made a trademark of scoring points off turnovers. Fifth on the list, the Celtics.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively, and boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
And he recovers it. O'Quinn, and can't hit the shot, but they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line. The 76ers have had 15 tries at the line. They've made 10. And so O'Quinn nails both of them.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Well, that's 3 straight German League titles for Daniel Theis. I mean, before he made his NBA debut at the age of 24, he's an athletic two-way player, and he's shown he belongs.
And so it's Ennis bringing it up now for the Philadelphia 76ers. O'Quinn, the pass to Thibault. And here is Burke. Floats one up, and he sinks the layup. Burke's got the lead up to 11 now for Philadelphia. And last season, Daniel Theis shooting over 40% from long range. And Chris, over 75% around the rim.
Yeah, Kevin, when you call that great efficiency, both inside and out. New contract this summer to reward his terrific play.
Here's O'Quinn. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Here's Thibault. Burke with it. He's picked up by Walker. Count that bucket. 6 points for Trey Burke.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
We talk about killer instinct all the time. He definitely has it. He's keeping his foot on the pedal here.
First free throw is good. And with the likely return of prep to pro prospects, Chris, some have argued for a high school combine to help determine who's ready to make the leap and who isn't.
I'm not really there with the high school combine. I still think that, you still have a level of college or a level of professionalism that can happen after. And I don't believe until you're ready to be evaluated for the pros immediately, should you have that combine. Your bodies are still growing. I talked to Jaren Jackson just yesterday, and he told me that he grew 2 inches over last summer. So I think it's a little unfair to judge these guys that early when their bodies and mentality still has a lot of development left.
O'Quinn can't hit.
The D making that layup look very uncomfortable for him. Good aggressive work down low.
Walker finds Theis. Here's Poirier. O'Quinn defending. Poirier no good.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
And Boston has possession. 76ers getting the bucket.
Wow, nice touch on the mid-range there. Tatum's a player who scores everywhere on the court.
Here's Thibault. Ball's knocked loose. O'Quinn the pass to Thibault. And Burke has it in the corner. Teardrop shot, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Kemba Walker picks one up. First one falls for him. Burke hits them both. 1:58 left in the third. Now here's Smart. Defense is right there. Scott pulls it in. Scott's got 5 rebounds tonight. Shot by Ennis. Nobody around. Drains the three-pointer. Ennis has got 5 points so far.
Well, he's not focused on the D on most possessions, but you can forget about him altogether.
Here's Poirier. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Tice. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Hey, man, talk about great competition going on. That's what makes a matchup like this so much fun to watch.
Here's Burke following the three-pointer by Boston. Pass to O'Quinn. Back to Burke. 56 seconds left to play in the third. Ennis misses. Celtics trail by 12. Smart dishes to Tatum. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 4 assists now tonight.
Yeah, and off the catch. Tatum now has a quicker shot release. Probably a little better balance as well.
Thibault can't get it to go. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Tatum has a good feel for catching defenders off balance. I mean, we'll see what he can do at the line.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
Shoot 2.
No good on the free throw. Simmons checked in for Burke. Ennis Cantor's checked in for Boston. And he sinks the second. 29 seconds left to play here in the third. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. That one is off. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Boston. He hits the second from the line. Now here's Walker. 18 points for him. Out to Hayward. And stolen by Simmons.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, no need to rush right here. Let the clock run a little, then execute your offense.
Now Walker. Here's Tice. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. Philadelphia leading by 10. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Scott is out there with Ennis. Then there's Ben Simmons. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn, and it's Thibault in at the shooting guard position. Now here's Walker. Does not find the basket. He's shooting 50% from the floor on 14 tries.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Outside, Smart. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, last season, Kevin, Gordon Hayward returning from that terrible leg injury, it took some time to find his bearings. He's working his way back to that elite level.
And with the Celtics' depth on the wings, Chris, it was a little tricky getting Hayward back in there.
Yeah, you have the young players ahead of schedule, Kevin. I mean, it's tough to give him minutes without hindering their growth. At the same time, Hayward, an all-star before getting hurt, you want to help build back his confidence.
And that one falls for Smart.
At 6'4", 220 pounds, Marcus Smart might be the most physically imposing point guard in the league, especially with his fiery approach to the game.
The 76ers making a switch here. Richardson's checked in. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Philadelphia leading by 9. Here's Simmons. O'Quinn trying to free himself up. Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
Man, he is just really in a flow right now. That field goal percentage has gone through the roof.
And Walker kicks to Cantor. Back to Walker. Nice move. He lays it in. Walker's got 20 points.
And once Walker finds his rhythm, he stays aggressive. That's the kind of killer mindset he has to have.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. And there's the pass to Simmons. And Boston with the rebound. Cantor's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating.
Oh, nice look there from Smart, finding the open man.
And so Simmons will bring it up for the 76ers. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And here's Richardson. Here's the floater. And it's good on the way in. And the 76ers lead by 9.
Oh, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
And Walker kicks to Cantor. Over O'Quinn. That's good from Cantor on the assist by Walker.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Simmons finds Richardson. Passes it to Ennis. Down low. It's deflected. Scott the pass to O'Quinn. 2 on the clock. Ennis. Rebounded by the Celtics.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight.
Well, go ahead and just hammer it home, why don't you?
He might not be the athlete that some of the other big men are in this league, but my goodness, he still knows how to finish.
Yeah, we see it here. When he does get aggressive, the result can be powerful.
Here's Simmons after the basket by Boston. Richardson attacking, and he comes up with the deuce.
Look at the space he had on that one, though. There's an obvious speed mismatch between the two.
Richardson against Smart. To the paint, here's Cantor. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got his 7th assist in the game.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Philadelphia leading by 5. Timeout called, the 76ers. And the 76ers with some changes. Embiid, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Horford comes in for Mike Scott, and Harris subbed in for James Ennis. Williams, he's checked in for Boston. Jaylen Brown comes in for Marcus Smart. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Brett Brown talking with his team. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take threes that aren't there. There are better options when you run the offense all the way through. Kevin, we'll see if they can make that adjustment.
Thank you, David. And here are the 76ers now, following the bucket by the Celtics. Simmons against Walker. And Simmons kicks to Richardson. Shoots over Brown. The 76ers with another miss. Celtics on offense. They're on a 12-4 run right now. To the inside. And it's blocked by Simmons.
Oh, such a smart defensive player. He knows how to use his reach to alter shots.
And that is a huge call. That is not who they wanted to see headed to the bench with the outcome still in question.
Marcus Smart's checked in for Kemba Walker. Pass to Horford. Back to Simmons. And they double up Embiid. Down low. Shots good by Simmons. Simmons got 4 points this quarter.
How about these big shots for him in the fourth? He has been locked and loaded offensively.
Smart kicks to Brown. Here's Cantor. And a miss there on the triple.
Even for a player who's not a three-point specialist, I mean, that's a shot you got to knock down.
They get the rebound. Tries again. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Never easy trying to stop Embiid. Even when you foul him, he still finds ways to muscle shots in.
The free throw drops for Embiid. Celtics trail by 8. Smart deciding where to go with it. Here's Cantor. Smart trying to break free, and he's able to get it back. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Five to shoot.
A versatile defender who can guard at any position. Simmons, he's using his speed and length to annoy shooters.
And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Richardson. He had Simmons atop the key. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. Denial.
A rare block shot by Gordon Hayward. He has the instincts to do more of this, but neither the suddenness nor the strength.
And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Now a timeout called by Boston.
He does not look happy. Their defensive rebounding has been putrid, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
Celtics trail by 8. Smart finds Williams. Now here's Hayward. And it's blocked by Simmons. Richardson right side. And it's blocked by Brown, and they're able to recover. Hayward on the wing. Outside, Smart. Back to Hayward. That shot off, and the 76ers go the other way with it. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Harris, the basket good off the assist from Simmons. And that's now 10 points for Tobias Harris.
With broad shoulders and a solid upper body strength. Now, Harris is lethal around the rim.
Smart passes to Cantor. Back to Smart. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. It's Richardson on the wing. He's covered by Brown. Snatched up. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Boston making a switch here. Tatum's checked in. Celtics trail by 10. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Horford.
We all know Tatum has worked out with Kobe, and evidently he's picked up some tricks of his own.
And the first one drops. And so Tatum nails them both. And so here is Philadelphia. 8-point game. Simmons finds Harris. And the layup's good off the glass.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
Oh, I do too, Greg. You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
Here's Tatum. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. The shot by Hayward, wide open, drains it from beyond the arc.
And the way Hayward measures the 3 ball, that's just textbook form. I mean, great balance. He's got this shot down pat.
Embiid dishes to Simmons. Back to Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 6th assist on the night.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Now here's Cantor. Hayward kicks to Brown. Back to Hayward. Over in the corner, Brown. 4 on the clock. Good work defensively by Richardson.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
Embiid against Tatum. Embiid, no good. Celtics trail by 9. Brown, good.
I tell you what, Brown is a powerful wing player. You'd like to get him the ball inside.
And Simmons has got the ball here for the 76ers. Pass to Embiid. It's Richardson on the wing. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Richardson's got 10 points in just the second half.
Wow, his first triple of the second half gives him 2 on the night. He's not making much of an impact from deep.
Horford against Tatum. And it's sent back by Horford.
Oh, you can't be careless around Horford. Throw up a weak shot around him, he'll send it back.
Here's Simmons, and he converts the layup. And now it's a 12-point 76ers lead.
He's got the hot hand right now. As long as he can keep getting open, they've got to keep feeding him.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Poor rotations. I mean, slow help and just not enough toughness on the interior. They've got a lot to talk about.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Joel Embiid.
And when he's been on the floor, it has been a clinic in rim protection and shot blocking. He's played the defense of 3 men tonight. His block total has gotten to a point you almost never see in an NBA game.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Now here's Tatum after Ben Simmons' miss. Cantor, the pass to Hayward. Here's Smart. Clock at 6. Here's Cantor. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Good work defensively by Richardson. Launches it. And the 76ers get it back.
Oh, tough play underneath there to give them another
possession, just what they were hoping for. A little more time off the clock.
Now here's Cantor. Over in the corner, Brown. Shot to stop the run. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Richardson finds Horford. And Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got 6 rebounds now in the game. The drive by Cantor. And Chris, whether it's KD or Kyrie, we've seen stars grow irritated. Constant questions about their free agent destinations.
I would just suggest to them to go back in time. Nothing's new under the sun. Watch guys like Shaq, like myself, other guys that were free agents. It's a time to talk about it, and it's a time not to. And you can even speak about your impending free agency without insulting the fans where you're playing and without guessing of maybe where you will go next year. I just think that, guys just need to be a little more sensitive with it. Fans really want to know, and if the media's going to ask you the question, you got to figure a way how to handle that out delicately.
Well said. Richardson kicks to Simmons. And he banks in the layup. Simmons got 24.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Philadelphia.
2 great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Joel Embiid.
He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
Philadelphia leading by 12. And Embiid throws it down.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. They're just a total team effort.
Now here's Simmons after Jaylen Brown's miss. Simmons with it. Here's Embiid. Over Smart. Embiid, no good. And stolen by Simmons. Embiid against Cantor. Horford kicks to Harris. Now here's Simmons. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step to becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.